Hello everybody and welcome to Expeditious Fool Tarot. My name's Brandon, here with the Lightworker's card pool for the day, give you some daily inspiration, right? What I'm looking at today is one of my favorite cards in the deck. It's one of my favorite cards in the deck, especially, recently, heavy, intense press from me to tap into my spirituality completely and try and create actually create awakening after awakening after awakening. That's the process I've been on lately. So the Hanged Man is the card we get today. So with the Hanged Man, to me, this card is Earth. It is the reason why we're here. We're stuck in this ordeal, right? We're stuck in this ordeal. We're hanging from the tree. A lot of different decks show it different ways. This one shows a lot of the attitudes that we take to it when we don't have the proper perspective of this ordeal. So that's one of the reasons why I like this deck. This is the Unknown Tarot by Kim Kranz, or the Wild Unknown, excuse me. But you see how it's closed off and everything. It's sitting there, kind of looks like it's cold. It's not enjoying the experience, right? This is how most of us react to Earth. This is how most of us react to our bodies and our mind. And that's really what this card calls out, is we all go through ordeal. Just our presence on this planet, especially the light workers that I'm talking to, we go through ordeals unlike any other person, any other groups of people. And a lot of times it's because our line between the conscious mind and the subconscious mind is thinner than most. So we are faced with a whole lot. But we're faced with a whole lot. That way we learn to have the will to overcome that. The will to overcome your mind. The will to overcome your body, which a lot of us don't know. Your body actually controls your mind most of the time. Both of those don't want to be controlled by your heart intelligence. But your true self is your heart intelligence. That's your soul, right? And that one is learning and put on this plane, in my belief, is put on this plane in order to learn to exercise its will regardless of the circumstances, regardless of how much pressure is put on it. This soul, its whole purpose is to learn how to control all of that. External circumstances you can't control. And that's what Earth throws at us, right? That's what this 3D realm throws at us, a whole lot of external circumstances, right? And the point of going through this ordeal, this Hanged Man situation, is to rise above that, right? So whether it's your mind telling you, oh, you can't meditate, you can't stop your thoughts. Your body, oh, you can't run 10 miles, you can't do that. There's people that run hundreds of miles. Actually, a guy that inspires me every day that I used to work with, Jimmy Perez, if y'all check him out on Facebook, I believe he has a Facebook, and he's getting ready to start up a podcast with his brother. That guy, he talks a lot similar to David Goggins, discipline and really pushing hard and going. That guy runs every single day. If y'all want some motivational videos, watch Jimmy Perez's videos on Facebook. He puts them out most days, and all of his videos he does while he's running, and not running a little bit, a whole lot. He's overcoming that body. And the thing is if you use your mind, you won't overcome it. You won't overcome your body because your mind will limit it. Your body will constantly keep you in the old patterns you've been in the past. So the only way to break free from both of these is by going through this ordeal, but instead of going through it, closed off and upset, enjoying the process, which is what a lot of you have probably heard, enjoy the journey. But going through that and the surrender part, right? Every religion, when you get high enough, that's what they talk about. If you want true happiness, you have to reach surrender, right? And that's essentially what they're talking about. The mind and the body have to surrender to the will, okay? And how happy we are about this process, how honestly we see this process determines if it's an easy process or if it's a hard process. Well, it's always difficult, but determines the level of difficulty. So it can be easier or harder on us, right? And the harder it is, we may not even sit down to try and control it, right? And then we don't even see the damage, but there's even more damage being done, right? So then it's more lessons that have to be learned. It's okay, it's going to take a little bit longer. You know, everybody, there's a learning curve, everybody's at their different pace, and that's completely fine. Now, one of the things I do to exercise my will in this hangman situation, as I'm sure a lot of you know if you followed me for a while, thing that I do, this is my spot. This is my meditation cushion. This is where I come to tell my mind and tell my body who's in charge, basically. It's not them. They controlled my life for 34 years. My mind and body controlled my life. And I have a really, really bright mind. But now, since this guy's in control, my mind is able to be focused where it needs to be, where it should be, regardless of what's happening on outside of me. So that's really what this card and the advice that's calling to me to speak to all the light workers out there is, life's hard, but you don't have to feel it. Emotions are a problem. Feelings are good. Feelings are fleeting. Feelings are in the moment. You know, we have feelings. That's humanity, right? We have that. That's awesome. That's excellent. That's the positives here, right? Believe it or not, it is, even good and bad. But emotions aren't necessary. Emotions are all of the things, the traumas, the experiences we store. And a lot of people think, psychologists think we store them in our mind. We don't. We store them in the body. Joe Dispenza also does a lot of great research on this. But we store them in the body. So you have to change your body. You have to change your mind, independent of the mind and body, in order to gain control of them. So it's not necessarily that you're killing them and getting rid of them. No, you're learning who's really in charge, and that's what the awakening process is. So I hope all of this helps everybody. I hope you're able to go out there and apply this anytime that you reach those hard situations. All right, thanks everybody. Y'all have a great day on purpose.